Good morning, everyone. This is Carl Lewis from Vision 33. Thank you for joining us today for our little webinar on Mastering the Art of Valuable Reporting with SAP Business One. We are pleased to have you here today and want to share with you some of the out-of-the-box reporting capabilities of SAP Business One. To start with, just to review kind of what we're going to show today. We're going to use these reports to show you how you can kind of start things at a certain level and then go deeper with information. And we'll kind of compare the value of various reports in the system. We'll look at three scenarios. Basically, a sales manager who uses a sales analysis report but can dig deeper with a customer budget versus actual type of reporting. We'll also look at the same sort of a scenario with a purchasing agent where they can look at a purchasing analysis report and go a little deeper with sort of a budget versus actual report on the purchasing side. And we'll look at how a controller investigating inventory cost and movement might use 2 or 3 different reports to look at different details at different levels of detail in the system. Our first example really is the sales manager, and we're going to take a look at 2 things. A typical sales analysis report, right, just basic functionality, and then we're going to look at a couple of different ways that you could do a budget versus actual report in SAP Business One. So I'm going to switch over to SAP Business One, and if I was a salesperson, I probably would have a sales cockpit created. We call this a cockpit, where these functions that I routinely do, I would be able to perform a lot faster by bringing in common functions into this window. So the things that we're going to look at is simply with one click I can run a sales analysis, and I've got this kind of pre-configured, but there's a lot of different choices. So if I wanted to look at a quarterly report for my customers, I could select that option and quickly have a quarterly report for my customer. Most of these reports, when I double-click on a particular line, it'll expand into a more detailed analysis of all of the invoices for that customer over the date range that I selected. And these gold arrows give me the affordability to drill into the document itself that created that entry. So a lot of nice help in a typical and standard sales analysis report that you can run. I can do that same type of report basically at the item level, right? So I can really look at the detail of an item and look at then all of the transactions